Right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Usually I do this bit in January on the bank from the bivvy, a little bit of what happened last year and a catch up of what's going to happen this year. Unfortunately, when I packed my bivvy down last week, which was New Year's, I broke my bivvy. It happens, we use and abuse them, it happens. I've ordered the bit to repair it, it'll be here and it'll be going again strong for another couple of years. So I'm going to do it from here. This is my pub slash garage slash YouTube studio slash storage slash snory dog room. So I'll spin the camera around. I've got one with me in a minute. Have a look at this. Lula. Hello, baby. Get sleeps in. Yeah, she's just happy to lay there and go to sleep. So anyway, when I started this channel, I thought I'd probably end up with about 100 subscribers and do 10 videos, and that'd probably be about it. We're now over 3,000 subscribers, 110 videos in. I've got loads more planned. I've got about 3 videos ready, sort of in the pipeline to go, ready to go over the next sort of 3-4 weeks. And yeah, so it's all thanks to you lot helping me and pushing me on, and your lovely comments on here, on the emails, on the messenger, on the Facebook site that we've got, Tim's Carp TV, with a Facebook site that follows along this. We do competitions along the way on here and on the Facebook site, and then sometimes when I'm out, and sometimes just a caption this picture, all those sorts of things. So the competitions I've sort of caught up now, apart from 2 mugs I've got to send out, but there will be some more competitions this year. You never know, there might even be one in this video somewhere. But yeah, we've got mugs, t-shirts, there'll be hats, there'll be hoodies, there'll be sticker packs. I've got one where I'm paying for a subscriber, so if you fancy coming fishing with us, it'll be around about February, March time, somewhere in Norfolk, Lincolnshire or Cambridgeshire. It'll be a 24 or 48 hour, I'm going to pay for it. All you have to do is email me on here and just say you'd like to come along. You got to be pretty flexible of travelling and dates. So yeah, I mean, let's say there's a lot of work goes on behind the scenes. I don't just grab a phone, video myself and chuck it on like you can do. Some people, that's fine if you want to do that. I spend hours researching, planning, videoing, editing, and then it's all the carrying extra equipment like light and microphones. Got a new microphone here. I've got a really cool microphone. I'll see if I can find it to show you for this year. And also like power pack to charge everything, spare batteries for the camera, all tripods, mount, all that sort of stuff. It just takes, there's a lot of work goes into it. So thanks to everybody who sort of keeps me going and keeps pushing me. I do earn money from the channel now. I don't earn a lot. I spend a lot more than what I earn. Every bit I earn from this channel, which isn't a lot, I put back in. So whether it be like the giving away of mugs and t-shirts and stickers, buying stuff to review, which I buy all my stuff. I don't get, there's hardly anything I get given. I buy it all off my own back. So hopefully I can give you an honest review, and you know, it can, whether you like it or not, you can then go and see if you want to buy one or not. But yeah, everything's gone back in. But again, let's say a big thanks to you, because without you lot, there won't be no point in doing this. So this video is going to be a catch up of last year, because I had a great year last year with laughs and fish and venues and meeting new people. It's really, really great. So I thought I'd do a catch up of that, a bit different to usually. I just sit down and go, this year we're going to, and I will probably do that at the end, but through the video there's going to be lots of videos, lots of laughs, and yeah, just my journey last year. I'm gonna just do a talk over of it. I'm not going to put too much in there, because if you want to watch it, I'm going to tell you what the videos are, so you can always go back and watch them in full rather than having me blabbing over the top of it. So what I'll do is I will shut up and I will let you watch the video from now. Right, 2024, the start, January, I went to winter ticket. Oh my God, look at that beard. 12 weeks that took me to grow, that was all from clean shaving. But it's started off really well down at Monarch Lakes for me. I only fished there during the winter, or usually during the winter, as you'll see later in the video. Had a beauty out to start with, great start. I was well happy with that, and if nothing else come along, that I would have been just happy with that one. It was cold, it was really cold. Ended up with a hook in my finger, but on the plus side, it was so cold, it was numb. I just pulled it out and it was fine. But then we managed another one, which was great. I mean, there's a tricky little water. In 48 hours, I'd be happy with one fish, but we had the two. So, well happy, great start. But they didn't stop there. We then had this one. Look at the colours on that, lovely. So yeah, well happy with the start to my winter. So then I went down to film Luke and Ben down at Manor Farm for the night. They'd already had a couple before I even got there, but yeah, they smashed it up. One was using the nuts and one was using the M crab from CB Baits. They're both on the promo team, both fantastic anglers. They kept me on my toes. They had fish after fish after fish. In the end, it just got to stage we just didn't film them all, simple as that. But yeah, they didn't stop. They were smashing it up. So really good to actually sit and watch them pair fish, where I just had to concentrate on filming. It was lovely, and hopefully get to go out with them again. Fingers crossed, it's going to be soon, hopefully. But yeah, that was a really good eye opener as well. Just watching them, just one after the other. That's Luke there. Luke used to fish for England in the youth team as well, and I don't know if you follow the CB Baits, but Ben has caught some awesome fish this year. Definitely, pop over and have a look at them on Facebook. Like I said, they just had one after the other. It just kept me so busy. But it was good. It was good. I had so much footage to go through. Like I said, we didn't get them all up. It was just a little thing to show people how CB Baits worked and how they used it. Then the boss come down, Chez, who I've known for a long while. There we had some giggles there. He's the owner of CB Baits and the man behind the bait. He knows his stuff. And it was a pleasure to spend time with him again. And he helped me get this one lovely looking fish. But yeah, we had some laughs, had some catch up, had some giggles, lots and lots of cups of tea. He's a teaholic, that man. But yeah, really good. Here's some of his captures. You can see some of his pics of what he had last year. He catches some absolute bangers, but here's just a few of his here. But we had a night, and he had 230s, I think, if I remember rightly, that night. But again, if you want to go back and look at the videos, they're all on here. But if you've not tried CB Baits, jump on and have a crack. If you carry on watching, you'll see there's a code where you can get a discount on here as well. And then next up, I went back to Monarch Lakes again for a winter ticket, because it's about 30 minutes up from me. Again, icy again, it just seems to be the thing there, but I guess that's winter fishing. If I remember rightly, I think I blanked in this one. Then I went to Woodland Waters at Ancaster and had quite a choice of swims when I got there. But I ended up in a swim, managed to get a little one out. It was still cold, and one day there was a match on there, so there's a lot of pressure, but managed one. Lovely little water. It's one of the places I first fished when I came to Lincolnshire, and just go over there now and again. Then I did the 2 counties, 2 lakes, 1 weekend. This one was down at Monarch for the Great Tommy Sleep Out for veterans, homeless veterans, organised by Gaz from Monarch Lakes. Great bunch of lads down there. We always have some laughs. What a lineup there. That's another boy band for you lot. But if you've seen the boy band competition I did, but yeah, it was great down there. Sadly, I didn't catch, but if I remember rightly, I think I've got a video I'll stick up. Yeah, here it is. This is the one. Look at the size of the belly on that, what Owen had. That's nearly as big as my belly. And then this is Gaz, who owns Monarch Lakes, and you'll see him again later in the video because I go on his socials. And then I packed up and left there, just done the night there, and went over to Stannick Lakes. And I was going to have a couple of nights at Stannick Lakes, but but I had to cut it short because my daughter went into labour, so I had to shoot home and go and see her. Ray come down because Ray doesn't live far away. Pop down, have a chat and a cup of tea and a giggle as always. And yeah, definitely got to get back to Monarch Lakes. I miss it down there, really miss it. And then next was Romania. I think with England, it was like 7 countries we passed through to get there. It took us 2.5 days to get there. It was a mission, but it paid off for Craig. Didn't pay off for me, as you'll see in a little while. But yeah, we had some giggles, we had some laughs, had some really interesting stop-offs as well. But this was lovely. It's an old pub, an old brewery. But yeah, travelling through several different countries. For me, I could sit and look because I was in the passenger seat, but I'm usually the driver, so it's quite good. The Romanian border crossing. Some of you will know this story, some won't. But if you ever see me, have a word and I'll tell you about it. Yeah, Shacky here in the picture, you can see there, he owns the lake. Great, great laugh he is. If you ever get to go and see him, just offer him €5 for anything, he'll take it. But we had the first night, we all just sat and had some food and had some drinks, and I didn't even get my rods there. If you watch the video, you'll see I didn't even bother. I just had too much to drink and just slept in my bivvy basically. Poor old Craig didn't get no food that week because I was a chef as well. But hopefully I made up for it the rest of the week. Apart from the shitty wine, he didn't like what I took, but I don't know wine. But as you can see, lovely looking lake. This was took one morning. It's awesome lake. Here you'll see Craig had a couple of nice fish, real nice fish. Like I say, unfortunately it didn't work for me. I lost one early in the week, and then as you'll see right to the end, I caught one on the death. But look at the size of that, lovely. Playing the fish out in the boat. I only got out in the boat once, but Craig went out a few times. But yeah, good fun that is. It's something I'd like to do a bit more of in the future, hopefully. There's another one of his, real nice. Look at that, lovely. I can't remember the weights, but if you go to the videos, I think they're around the sort of 60s, 50s and 60s. I can't remember if one was 70 or not, or close to it. But there's another one. Look at that size of that. Really strange here. It was really cold at night, really hot in the day. Here's Darren, the chef. Darren and Michelle were there. They were another English couple that was on the lake when we was here. There's in the next zone to us, so we used to have a laugh and a chat with them. There's me crying because I hadn't caught a lot. And literally, my rod went after this, and I caught this monster. Look at this. Oh, go on, Tim, pick it up, pick it up. Look at the size of that. Probably the smallest one in the lake. But I did have one other fish after that, but you'll have to watch the video if you want to see, if you want to find out more for that one. But yeah, really good fun, long old trip, but yeah, really good fun. But, oh dear, memories. Right, next we went into the van build. This is my old van, and then what I've done was I bought another one. I just got to the stage where I just needed more space. So this is what it was like before I started stripping it out. The video is on YouTube, so if you want to see it, how I built it. This van is going to be it's a van, it's a camping van, it's a fishing van, it's a bit of everything. So I built it to what I want, and I've changed it again a little bit since this video, but I worked on this solid every spare minute, whether it was pissing down the rain, day, night, early mornings, late nights, just to get it finished. It nearly broke me, this van, but I ended up after this going fishing and just sleeping for the weekend. But good fun to build and good fun to sit and watch it back now. But at the time, it did get, I was about 3/4 of the way through and I was thinking, oh my God, why have I done this again? But I'm sure I'll probably do it again one day, but next time. They seem to be getting bigger and bigger. This van is a lot more comfortable than the other one, more modern, more space, and higher, so it doesn't ground out. My last one I lowered really quick, held the road really nicely, but it was just lowered, and everywhere I went, it just seemed to ground out. Here you can see this is just set up for when I go camping or camping fishing, so I can still have the bed in, have the bar underneath if I want, or storage, and then I've got a mini bulkhead. Again, you can see more if you go back and watch the video. Then I went to Float Fish Farm. I got invited there by Mark, who is a subscriber I've got to know well, like Ray. And I went there to fish with him and just spent most of the weekend asleep because I was so tired from about the month of building the van. I was knackered. And then he sprung on me a questions and answers. I'm not used to that. I'm usually the one that does it, but he sprung it on me and yeah, questions and answers. And I think he managed a couple of nice ones in this video. I'm sure I did get one, but yeah, he managed to get a couple. Let's say I spent most of my time asleep. But we had some giggles, we had a catch up, and we had some fish. So I think, let me see if I did have one. Like, there it goes, yeah. And I did manage one out. Perhaps if I'd been awake, I'd have got more. Then I went back to Monarch Lakes. Now, with this, what happened here is, look at the size of that. That's a fraction under 30, that. Yeah, I got offered, because I only fished this in the winter, but Gaz offered me, I think someone had, I bought someone's ticket off them or something, I can't remember, but yeah, I managed to, I think someone had got ill or something had happened, and I bought the remainder of their ticket off them, so I got to fish it a bit in the summer. So went there for a session and had quite a few out. It just hit it lucky and got quite a few nice ones in that session, and I was only there a day and a half, so yeah, great. Just sometimes it happens, sometimes it don't. Even got one in the pissing down the rain. But lovely little complex. Again, if you're looking for a little syndicate, definitely worth a look. 2 lakes there. But look at some pretty fish there. And there's some chunks there as well. Not easy, but there is some chunks there. Then I went on Gaz's social at Fenland Fisheries. He does a couple of these a year. Well, I think we did 3 last year. And we was on Willow Lake, which is the bigger lake there. There's a few lakes, and this is where I get to use my extension for the Frontier. I love using this on the longer sessions. We're there for 4 days, and I can't move. I can't go back to the van, so I just set it up and just enjoy it. Cats with doing my pose. And again, luckily for me, I got on the fish quite early and had a few fish out. And then the famous pose, and this has been a godsend this year. The Fox cookware cook stove, absolutely love it. And then I hooked into this 60 pounder cat, and as you can see, it loved the nuts because it was shitting the nuts out of it. But yeah, what a beast. There's some real chunks in here, as you'll see. But great social. And then we went again to Gaz's social on Fenland Fisheries. And again, I managed to get into some fish. We all did, actually, to be fair. It was good social, and I managed a few nice carp. And I think this is the one, because we went there 3 times, and I didn't film all of them. I only filmed 2 of them. So yeah, I think this is the one with the big cat I had. That had a strange tail on it. That's what I'm showing it to the camera. Again, all these videos you can go and go back and watch. And there I am chilling out in the social, keeping out of the sun, because I did get burnt bad this year, and it's not fun. So it's great for that. And then this beast come along. 111. If you've been watching the videos, you'll know the 111 is starting to make an appearance quite a bit. But yeah, luckily Darren and Paul managed to come round and give me a hand, because if they hadn't done it, I'd never have got this out myself. And as you'll see in a minute, 111 pound this weighed. Absolute beast. It took me, I can't remember how long, watch the video, but it took me all over the lake. Yeah, I struggled. I couldn't get it in the net. Darren had to run down with his net and his cradle and his sling, and because I hadn't got nothing big enough. I just didn't expect it. 111 pound. Look at the size of it. So we weren't going to pick it up, but Darren sort of said, yeah, just pick it up and have one. You've got to have one with that, mate. It's big. So luckily Paul come round and Paul gave me a hand. We lifted it up, did the pose, and got the photo, the trophy shot. So, which is now on my wall up there. So yeah, awesome. Awesome fight. I totally understand why people go for them. They're not for me, but you know, they come along. But awesome fight. Yeah. So cheers to Darren and Paul for that. And then just to top it off, I got another one just before going home, which was nice. So yeah. And then we had the subscriber social. Oh my God, this was a laugh. Do one of these each year. People can sort of put their names down to come on. And this is the draw. This is at North Bank Embryo, first time there. Ray had been before, but none of us have a lovely complex for a social. It's really well thought out and set out for a social. As you can see, we was all having laughs, and it's a lot of these come on the social last year, apart from Danny. Danny's a new one to the social, but he blended straight in. Next year we might have some different people, we might have more people, I don't know yet. I've not got round to organising that yet, but you'll see towards the end of the video. I'll explain a bit more. I got pegged, I think I got second in the draw, that's why I'm dancing. Then I did this thing where I downloaded some Snapchat filters and then just went round and videoed, and nobody knew apart from me and Dan, who's on the screen there, my brother. So yeah, none of these knew. That's Mark, and that's Sol, his son, John Wick. Then we went round to Ray, and then it was round to, I think, Owen. No, it was Colin. Then we went round to Owen next, and none of these were planned. It was just downloaded a load and then just took them swim by swim. There's Danny, which is quite funny because he's bald like me, so he's got hair there. And then the next swim was Mark, I think. Yeah, Mark. So great session there. Great. We had loads of competitions. You'll see there's lots of lovely fish come out, and I forget how many 30s we had out there. So yeah, as you can see, oh, this was funny. If you want to find out why he lost it laughing, something happened during this. It's in the video. This took us quite a while to actually refilm because something funny happened, but I'll leave that. If you want to go back and watch the video. And then I'd done this game called Carp Olympics. This is just the end bit where they had to pick up the fish and have a photograph, and none of them knew what was there until they actually picked it up. As you can see, it's a giant fluffy cock and balls. But the Carp Olympics was fun, and there's quite several things. You had to do marker sticks and cast to a mat, and then bait up to a mat, and then weigh it, and then come round and have your pose with the fish, which was a cock and balls. So yeah, we like a laugh, gotta have a laugh. It's all gotta be fun fish and memories. But as you can see, some absolute awesome fish. Them here, last year they had a right battle between them when we on our last social for who was going to win the highest combined weight. This year it started off with Mark, who you just saw a minute ago, and then it went into a bit more. I'll come to it as I'm watching the video quickly as I talk. Then me and Ray sat down to have a few beers. I weren't fishing, I didn't have no rods there, so we went there, and Ray had got this new cool box he was on about. It was so good, and look, it took him a while to work out how to open the beers. It was going all over. So yeah, the beer of the night turned into half bottle beers of the night. And by this stage he'd got it right, but I then got him McEwen's Champion. We just bring weird and funny beers, but I love McEwen's Champion, so I bought him one of these, and Ray's face was a picture. But yeah, I don't think it's one. He liked it, but I don't think he'd be drinking many of them. Mind you, those that have drunk it will know what it's like. You don't drink many of these. Go on, Ray, get it down, yeah. And then we got rudely interrupted by Mark, had another one. But, oh, and the pose, yeah, go on, Mark. And then Danny started. Danny drew a shitty peg, so he fancied to change. So I gave him my peg that I was going to go in. And look at the beauty, that's what it was. Well, then Danny started to get quite a few. So he started coming in the running. So it's between him and Mark. Then this Mark, he caught a PB. Well, he didn't know I'd messaged all the others on the group chat to say, come down and get your buckets and come down. Because this was about, well, I don't know, probably 11, 12 o'clock at night. Lovely fish, new PB for him. So as you'll see now, the buckets are coming in, but he took it like a champ. Again, it's all about having fun and having a laugh. So then we sat down. I said to him, do you fancy doing a beer of the night? And Mark don't drink, so we always bring non-alcoholics. So I brought him a Prosecco, which was a laugh, I thought. And I also managed to get, as you'll see in a minute, some posh glasses. I managed to bring them along, and so yeah, I thought it'd just be a bit of a giggle if someone got a PB, which Mark did. So unfortunately though, even though it's non-alcoholic, he wasn't that keen, as you'll see in a minute. And then he did this. So yeah, it was getting quite good because Mark had come in. You got Mark M, Mark G, and then Danny started catching. So it started going between the three of them on the total weight, and then it got to the stage, I think, where there was only about £9 between Mark G, which is on the screen now, and Danny, who was just on the screen, going into, I think, the last night. And this had to be £9 to go into the lead, and I think it was about 13. So that just put Danny in the lead. And then Mark it just kicked off for him. On the competition, he won some baits off of me. I put up a load of bait, well, I say a load of bait, I put up a few kilo of baits and pop-ups and stuff from CB Baits. So Mark decided to try that night, and he then had this beauty, which was on the monster crab. He tried the monster crabs. I did, I think it was a couple of kilo of monster crab and a couple of kilo of nuts, and he caught that on the monster crab. So then he decided to try the nuts, and then had this, I think there was both 30s if I remember rightly. I'm doing this all off the top of my head. But yeah, they had, he had a couple of 30s on that bait. So now he's on the bait. He just uses that bait because he's got so much confidence in it. I do tend to put a sticker on people's vehicles, so I had to give him another one just to, I popped one on when he weren't looking, and he went, give me a sticker, and then Sol was moaning because he ain't got it, but poor old Sol, it looks like he's just woke up. And then Mark had this one out as well at the end, towards the end, and I think that is the end of the North Bank Embryo Social. But great lake. If you fancy fishing there, fancy a social, get on it. Then I was back onto the winter ticket, and bang, straight away had one out. As you can see, this one really beat me up, wet me right up. It went mental. Here we go, look. But I was happy because, you know, look at it, beauty. And just over 30, I think that was. So yeah, great start again to the winter ticket down at Monarch Lakes. Then this is where I could put the announcement up that I joined Fox. I'm one of the moderators on their official syndicate page. So we went into, I did this video of Temu. I'd seen people doing these Temu ones, and so I started to do one about a year ago. But I had to get it out quick because obviously everybody else was doing them, and I was trying to hang it on and do like over a year. So, but that day I just got the schoolboy giggles and everything went wrong. There's about 8 or 9 minutes of outtakes. These are the outtakes. If you want to see why I'm laughing and how the outtakes happened and what I say, my brain that day was just running away with me. I was talking shit and everything made me laugh. As you'll see, it took me bloody ages to do this video because I just every time I went to say something about a product, I just kept laughing and lost it. And as you'll see, that was shit, absolute shit. You'll see it. I don't know if it's in the video or not. I'll just throw it. But yeah, that was crap. But you're going to get that. Some items were good, some items were shit. Again, go back and watch it, even if you just fast forward to the end and watch the outtakes. But if you watch the first bit, it will give the idea of why the outtakes come along, and you'll see even in the first bit how I'm nearly losing it but just managed to hold it. But some of them are just so funny. Luckily, there's a little story behind this one, but my daughter didn't find the photograph, thank God. But yeah, it was all fun, and I just thought, do you know what? People have said put the outtakes in, because I did them on my France one a couple of years back. So I thought I'll put them in. I don't care. You know, I'm not a professional. I like a laugh. I have fun, and if I mess up, then yeah, part and parcel. Oh God, the shopping bag. I really lost it on this one. How I come out with this bit, but. It's all good. I can laugh at myself. I don't care. But yeah, definitely. Like I say, if you like a giggle, you want to go and have a look at that one. If you haven't seen it, if you've seen it, you'll know what we're on about. Oh, the gear stick hoodie. A hoodie for your gear stick. Although I'm thinking about getting one of these now, another one for Morph. Because Morph could do with a hoodie in the winter, so, and I think they might fit him. The zip up bag again. Just go watch it and you'll see what I mean. Then we went to Naseby Reservoir. Mark, this has been on my radar for quite a while. This lake, never got there, followed it, and Mark said about he passes it quite a bit for work. So we decided, me and him, to go over there, and long old trek. Power barrow really come into its own there, and we went off what the bailiff said, and as you can see, we got into a few fish. Hard work, really hard work. You've got to keep at it, but it started to pay off for me. And then I broke my spod reel. What else did I break? There's several things I broke. While I was there, and everything seemed to be against me. I was in mud because the platform that you bivvy up on, the water was there, so I decided rather than bivvy up on the platform, I went down in the mud, because I wanted to be a bit closer to the rods, and I just don't trust myself up on the platform. Different when the water's up, I'd stay on the platform obviously because you couldn't go down there, but I just thought, I'm not bothered. The mud don't bother me, but yes, it makes things a little bit harder, but it made other things easier. But it just kicked off for me big time. That is, if you want to see some fish, that is definitely a video to go and watch. As you can see, there's quite a few popping up. As you can see, that was a car park, and this is where we buried. It's just over 1 kilometre to our swim, right down the bottom there, round the corner, and I'll zoom in now, and you'll be able to see where our swims was. There's me on the left and Mark on the right, and that's me lot. And then Mark's over on the right, just there. Just over 1 kilometre to the swim, well worth it. Lovely place, can't wait to go back there. Not saying I'm going to have the same hit of fish, but you know, I don't mind. I just want to go back there again. As you can see, this was my swim. I've just bought some longer poles so I can get my rods out in the water as well now. But again, you know, efforts equal rewards. I put up with the mud. I traipsed around in it for 3 or 4 days, and it paid off. So yeah, we stood there doing a bit to camera one night, and I said to Mark about, I don't know whether, if I'm feeling a bit more confident because my spod reel had broke, so I put my marker rod on, my marker reel on the spod rod, and then used that instead, and spotted a load of pellet, as you'll see in the video if you watch it, and then bang, I had double takes, treble takes, and it just, and I only got one net with me, so I had to borrow Mark's net. I was playing, he put the net between us, and I was wading down whilst playing the fish to his net sometimes, so I could use his net to land them. And as you'll see in a minute, I think I've put on here, and I had 2 in the net at one stage, and the other rod was going, so I had to get that into a sling what was on my bait station out in the water. But yeah, what a session, what a session. Those sort of sessions with those sort of fish don't come along very often. This is where I'd already got 2 rods out of the water, and the 3rd rod had started to bleep again. And the bailiff said this can happen if you get them tight, and I'd managed to bait them tight, even though I had a trapped nerve in my shoulder. And there's only fishing at 25 wraps, but it was a struggle with the trapped nerve. So each day and each night we used to have a bit of a chat just to see what each other was doing to try and help each other get more fish. And just working as a team, really. That's what we was trying to do. But they just didn't go round quite enough to Mark. He had a few out, yeah. And there's the code if you want to go online to try. Oh, everything this year is caught on CB baits for me. Everything. Most of it is on the nuts, some on the monster crab. I use the specials, and also we've got the Jaffa nut out now. I say we, Chesla's got the Jaffa nut out now, which I've had a few on as well. So definitely worth going online. That code only works online, 10% off. You put it in at the end of the trolley or barrow or cart or checkout, whatever it is, and it will give you 10% off. That's the most I've spent in waders, just constantly in waders. They got a hole in as well, I had a wet leg. Mark, when I first met him, he wouldn't even go on camera. By this time, he wanted to take over the camera and film. So he took over and done a bit of filming for me, which is good. It's nice to have a cameraman now and again. But yeah, he grabbed the camera and ran out into the water whilst I was playing the fish. So I was messing around, sort of talking to the camera, and I decided to sort of be a bit more sensible and get the fish in the net before sort of joking around. Yeah, good times that was. That's probably, yeah, I was going to say it's probably one of my favourite trips, but it's going to be because I caught a lot of fish, but not just caught a lot of fish, I caught a lot of nice fish, and I earned them as well. It weren't just, they were just coming to me, I did earn them. You know, they put a lot, I was out in the water most of the night spodding every fish I caught, I spodded more, and then a couple of the fish took out all 3 rods, I had to put all 3 rods back out at 25 wraps at night, trying to hit, you know, your spot where you've baited to keep it going. The reels broke, the helisaves were playing, everything was, but you know, I really worked for it, and I think that's why I really enjoyed that trip, because again, efforts equals rewards. And here's one of the double captures. Poor old Markin got a net. Well, yeah, I think he had 2 nets with him, but I'd pinched one of his nets at this stage. I did have one over the 30, but a lot of them were sort of, there was quite a few sort of high 20s and low 20s, but I was trying to just get a reel up a 30 would have been nice, but I'm not going to grumble. I mean, I think there was 14 or 15, 16 fish I think I had out in that 3 days, so I was well happy with that. Considering there was a lot of other people not catching or only catching 1 or 2, and I was more than happy. Can't wait to go back. That'd be awesome. I'll be more prepared next time as well. Now, that's the best thing about going to a lake you've been to, you can be more prepared. So then we decided a little sort of 48-hour down at Fenland Fisheries with Mark and Roy, or Mike and Ray, whichever way you want to go. They're like the 2 Ronnies them here, aren't they? And then I caught Ray trying to make a cup of tea. Look at this mess. Oh, it looks like he shit out powder lot. Yeah. And then the guy, he made me a cup of tea. Oh, this is why we're laughing in this video. He made me a cup of tea. It was water, basically. He forgot to put sugar in. He forgot to put the tea bag in. I put the milk in, so it was just warm milk. And then I managed this on a 10mm pop-up on a hinge stiffy, 27£7 pike. Not my idea of, I don't fish for that sort of thing. So I just let Mark have it and let him sort of mess around and unhook it and have a photograph, so I weren't that interested, which I should have done really, because it's a PB pike for me, but you know, I'm not that keen on them. And then Mark chipped in with a nice carp as well. And then it was back down to the winter ticket again at Monarch Lakes. Loved getting back down there. And once again, it's frosty, but great bunch of lads. Owner's not too bad either. So yeah, that was good. It was cold, but got the Fox hot water bottles, so all's good. And I managed a nice little fish out as well in the cold. And if I remember right, the lake hadn't done many fish, so I was well happy with that. Again, it's winter. A fish in winter, I'm happy. So that was all good. Great start to that. And then we decided to go over to Billingford Lakes. As you can see on the screen, there was 4 of us in total. Fox cookware stove again, coming into its own. Yeah, it was Mark and Ray again, and then this time we was joined by Glenn, who I work with at Fox on the syndicate site, moderator. First time I'd met Glenn, lovely to meet him. And we all had a good laugh, a chat. We'd done a few beer of the nights. There's Mark and Ray, and then guest appearance by Glenn. Wow. So yeah, that was good fun. We had some laughs, and the beer of the afternoon, beer of the night went into the evening. We was just sitting and chilling. We didn't have many. I think we had about 3, 4, 5. Weren't loads, but we was just sitting, chilling, chatting, and having a laugh basically. Great fun. Some of the stuff we got talking about is just, yeah. You'll have to watch that video if you want to see what they're laughing at here. I remember what it's about now. I'm sitting behind the camera. But I do chip in here and there. I just thought I'd leave it up to them. You always see my ugly mug on the video, so I thought I'd just leave it up to them to sort of sit and chat. But then, because me and Glenn had got the new Fox bucket seat cushions, and we'd been on about them all day, so they was Ray decided to take over the camera, and it made us do a little sort of review on the cushions. And then he got one. Mark managed to get one. We was all blanking our asses off, and he managed one. He moved, and it paid off for him. So yeah, and then the heavens opened. It was bad, really bad. And I had a stream trickling under my ground sheet and coming out the front. And the wind's got up real bad one night as well. So that brings us up to date so far. Now, going forward, that's last year. We're up to now, which is January. So going forward this year, I am where I've got some notes down here. So anyway, loads of people have asked me about the t-shirts and the mugs and all the bits and pieces and stuff. I'm only going to sell stuff that I want to use. So t-shirts wise and hoodies and all that sort of stuff, and the mugs, I've been trying, and I'm now getting it sort of refined. I'm now looking into either a website or a YouTube shop. I'd like the YouTube shop, I think, but my son's going to try and help me out with that, and we can do. So once we get that up and running, the YouTube, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll have t-shirts. They're all good quality and they last. The downside there is I won't sell many, because once you've got one, they last forever. I've been wearing one that's I've had it now since the end of August, beginning of September. I've washed and washed and washed and worn it and washed it and worn it and worn it and washed it, and it's still like new. So once you buy one, they do last quite well. That's the winter ones. We're doing winter ones and summer ones. The summer ones have got some sort of cooling. More will be, if I get all the shops set up, you'll see more. There'll be t-shirts, sweatshirts. That's what I've got on now, a sweatshirt actually, it's the embroidered one. Hoodies, there's a lightweight ghillie, and there's a lightweight jacket. They're not waterproof, it's like padded ones for like sort of spring and autumn, just to keep it a bit warm. Beanies, baseball caps. There's going to be, this is the embroidered logo at the moment I'm using, and then there's on my the Tim's Carp TV, the green one you see, that will be on like the summer t-shirts. So that's sort of those sort of things. As for the mugs, now this has just gone mad really, because I started off, I wanted a mug, I wanted a custom background, my logo, and then another logo on the back, and paracord the handle. That was it. That was all I wanted, and I did it. And so it was easy. One background, one logo on the front, one logo on the back, and a paracord handle. We now have 12 backgrounds, custom backgrounds that I've done. We have 41 custom designs and 18 different paracord handles. So what I'm going to have to do with that, I think if I'd set the website up, I'm going to have to narrow it down to say probably sort of 5 or 6, because I just won't be able to keep them all in, because I also do them for the tattoo shop I work in. I do design the mugs for them and do the paracord handles for them. I also do them for CB Baits, and I've got quite a few other shops and different companies asking me to do them, but I can only tie so many because they rip my fingers apart, so I can only do so many of them. Right, the subscriber social this year, I'm not 100% where that's going to be yet. More will come on that as and when I get sorted. A lot of people, quite a few of the people who come want to go back to North Bank because they enjoyed it so much. But I do like to sort of go to different lakes, so it makes it fairer on everybody, because that's just the way it is. But also it's a different lake. I like going to different lakes. This year I won't be fishing. Well, the last 2 years I've paid for a swim to sleep in, so this year I won't be. So there'll be definitely one place coming up, if not a few others. And I am looking at other lakes that can take more people. So again, if you're interested, basically I hire the lake and you all chip in and we go. Email me if you're interested. So I've got, the reason I haven't booked it yet is I've got quite a few things I'm waiting on dates. I've got to do 2 Fox socials this year, so I'm waiting on their dates. And also I've got something in my private life I'm waiting for a date for, or 2 dates for. One of the dates has now come, so I'm just waiting for the other one. I'm on 4 socials this year with Gaz at Fenland Fisheries, who you saw. So hopefully I get a chunk down there, just not that big cat again. And I've been asked about quite a few other sort of going on socials with people. It's just finding the time, because I have to work as well. So I can't just go fishing. It'd be nice, but it'd just be fishing. If you've got some lakes that you recommend me go and try, again, message me, let me know. Email me, let me know. I'm always up for trying a few different lakes or things you'd like to see. Don't sort of say, can you go and review the so-and-so and so-and-so, because the only reviews I can do now, because I'm with Fox, I can only review Fox stuff. So I can't go and review, say, a Solar or a Nash or a Tracker or some other brand, so I can't do that. I quite fancy doing a couple of challenges again. I've done some challenges a couple of years back where I went to a busy day ticket lake and just took what swim was left on the lake and things like that. Now, I'm not up to Harry and Mozza and Mark's or that sort of standard, so it'll just be simple challenges if I do them. But I did think of one doing 3 counties, 3 different lakes in a week to try and catch from each county, and that might be another challenge. I might have a go at that again this year, but we'll see. A couple of times I've tried it, and a couple of times I've had to cancel it before I've even started. Right, so lakes I am definitely going to this year. I'm definitely going back to Billingford. I'm definitely going back to Naseby, because we've got plans for that already, and just not got the dates, but definitely going back. I'm going to go and try Lions Drove. Glenn on the Fox, from Fox, we were having a chat on the social, and he wants to go there as well. So we may go with him, and we'll do a video on that one. Birmingham, there's a couple of lakes out in Birmingham. I don't know which one or both of them, but I'm definitely going to try and get out there this year. So I know there's a few subscribers from out Birmingham way, so they'll probably be interested in that one. And I'd love to get back to Old Mill Lake. So I went there and done a video on there. And I'd love to go back on there and have a go over there again. But again, like I say, it's just fitting them all in. Winter ticket next year, I don't know what's happening on the winter ticket next year. So this time next year, hopefully this video will come from the bank, in a bivvy, catch and fish. But that's I'll say a quick catch up. It's not that quick a catch up, but I think my dog's still snoring away down there. I don't know if you can hear her. That's why I put this mic on here, so hopefully it don't pick her up. So we're going to go in now and get a cup of tea, and hopefully you've enjoyed that, and let me know in the comments. Hopefully it didn't go on too long, and if you've liked some of the stuff and you haven't seen it, all you got to do is just jump into my playlist of carp videos. There's all the videos in there. Go and have a look, and thanks for watching. Like I say, without you subscribers, this channel's not worth doing. So yeah, let's have some fun, catch some fish and make some memories. And like I always say, you can't catch them sitting on the sofa. I am sitting on the sofa, but it's because I can't get out at the minute. So cheers, and I'll see you again soon.